Oh, hey. So I decided that at the beginning of my videos now, I'm just going to start off with my intentional awkward face. I was going back and watching some of the other videos that I had already made, and I noticed that all of them kind of start out with this awkward, like, blank stare because I'm pushing play or record on the iPad, and it's like this. So I'm just gonna like have my own face, an intentional face. Yeah, anyways, okay, so the last video I made, they were working on our deck. That's done, so that's exciting. You can kind of see it there out the back window. It's all pretty, it's all done. Once it cools down, might do some videos out there. Workbook number 2 for videos 11 through 20 is almost done. I'm so excited. I'm editing. It's gonna be out probably by the end of today. So if you don't have workbook number 2, you can find it on the Facebook page, Personal Growth with Melinda Motter-Lucas, and get started on that one. Today's topic, we're gonna get right into it. It's on improving your relationships and communicating better. When I mean relationships, I'm talking about any relationship. I'm talking about a relationship with a boss, a coworker, a friend, a significant other, any of your relationships. Making sure that we listen to the other person, not just to respond to it. We have to listen to understand what they're trying to tell us. So the difference between listening to respond and listening to understand. Let me explain that. Listening to respond is already basically thinking about, okay, what am I going to say back to this? What's my comeback going to be? I'm feeling defensive about this. Listening to understand is wanting to know more about what they're saying, trying to investigate a little bit more why they might be feeling that way. So let me give you an example. Let's say your significant other comes home and they said, "You've been a grouch lately." You could pretty easily turn around and be like, "I haven't been a grouch lately. What are you talking about? I can't believe you'd say that." That is listening to respond. That's probably not going to get you anywhere. The way to do that, listening to understand, ask questions. Okay, so the first question could be, could you explain what you mean by that? That's a question. That's listening to understand. You could say, can you give me an example of something specific I've done to be a grouch? That would be listening to understand. That is showing the person not only are you listening to them, but you're trying to understand where they're coming from. You may or may not agree with it. That's fine, but you can at least get a little bit into why are they saying what they're saying and trying to communicate with them on what they're feeling, not just trying to defend yourself immediately. So try that with relationships, with bosses, with coworkers, with friends, and with significant other. Just another example, like if your boss says you haven't been performing as well lately, our automatic response is so easy just to be defensive and say, "No, I've been doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing." Okay, if we're trying to understand them, use a question. What is a question I could ask to further understand what they're saying? Doesn't mean I'm going to have to agree, but I can further understand it. So you could ask like, give me an example, or help me understand what you mean by that. And that will show that not only are you listening, but you're really trying to understand them, and that keeps the communication open. So that is the topic today. Listen to understand, not respond. It'll help in so many different areas. I am going to put a link right up here if you would like to subscribe to the channel, share it with everybody. You can go to the Facebook page to get your workbook, and we will be back next Tuesday with another video. Thanks.